Hello, my name is Richard, and I am a real person, not an AI, and I'm going to keep all of my mistakes in this video just so you know that I'm true. So, recognizing that LLM software-driven development is not going away anytime soon, that's a genie that's not going back in the bottle as much as some people might wish it was, we're currently going through the process of introducing these tools to our small team of software developers. And as part of that, we're coming up with the do's and don'ts of how we believe these should be used. And the first of those, of what we're calling our Agentic engineering principles, is simple, and that is stay in the loop. If you watch other videos here on YouTube, X, TikTok, wherever it is you get that entertainment, then you will see plenty of people who are token maxing. They are running 26 windows. They are Tmuxing everything. Even if you watch some of the things from Anthropic themselves, they are talking about running multiple agents in parallel, all off doing different things. Everybody's working on multiple projects. Everybody is totally burnt out with trying to deal with all of this and keep it all in their head. And ultimately, we just consider that those are people with too many tokens and a complete disregard for the code that is being generated. Now, there are situations when that is definitely a valid approach. I've written several projects, games, tools, experiments, etc., where I did not care about the quality of code that was produced. I was just trying to reach a solution. When I wrote a simple thing over the weekend to catalogue the books behind me, I was much more interested in whether or not if I held the book up to the camera, did it correctly scan the barcode and return the right book. The code underneath was just not a factor in what I was trying to do. But in a commercial organization, when you have customers who are paying you for software that they are going to run their business on, I still believe that you should know, or your team should know, how that software is built, where the gotchas are, the things they understand, even the technical debt that you have. Knowing your own technical debt is an important part of software development. It is not just about all of the pros. You also need to have a team that understands the cons and the limitations as well. So, in our situation, we write code, we pass it to other members of the team. Passing a colleague code that you didn't even write so that they can go ahead and peer review it is just a disrespect of your colleague's time. And it looks especially bad when your colleague tries to ask you questions about it, and the only way you can understand and answer those questions is to go back to the clanker that wrote it. So you must stay in the loop, and that probably means that you just have one session and one back and forth between you and the LLM. The LLM should be treated as your colleague, where you are pair programming, taking advantage of each of your skills. You're the human who has taste, who has software engineering background and an understanding of the emotional needs of the customer, not just what was written down in the story. The LLM, meanwhile, is a really good rubber duck. It is great at pushing back at you. It is great at digging in and finding what the potential gotchas of the system you are trying to write is, and it is able to generate solutions quickly, which means there's an opportunity for you to do far more experimentation than you may have done before. So, our advice is simple. Do not be replaced by the robot. Don't spend your time between turns working on 6 other projects at the same time. Focus on one thing at a time and take pride in the output as if you had written it yourself. Ultimately, our advice is the same advice as we would give a carpenter with a table saw. The table saw will make you more efficient, but if you are not careful, you might lose a limb.